Hi, I'm Jonnie, and this is Go Onward and Travel. And I built out Goat so that I could do travel nursing. Now I am further down the road building out vans for a living. All right, so in the kitchen area, I wanted a deeper sink just for being able to shampoo my hair and clean up. So I put a bar sink in. I did want the swivel sink nozzle so that when I'm outside, I can also use it. The countertop is butcher block. I bought it in a big sheet. It is a heavier item, but I really wanted that nice look to it, and it really makes the area pop. Then here is just mostly decorative, and that's where I just keep my cleaning, my hand sanitizer, my soap, and hot pots, stuff like that. So just a little kind of catch-all. And then I love the Live a Great Story, and I can change this out. I really like that so that I can always have a personal touch in here. And then the key to the kitchen is always the refrigerator. I've got the Isotherm Cruise 165, and it's actually 5.1 cubic, and it has got a massive amount of freezer space and refrigerator space. The best thing about this refrigerator is that it's a marine refrigerator and it doesn't have to be on level ground. So if you're in an area, as long as you're left less than a 30 degree, you're good to go with this marine refrigerator and you don't have to worry about it. So it is AC and DC. Because I use the Blue Eddy to power my entire van, I have it connected AC, and it works so wonderful. At maximum cooling, when it's really cooling, it pulls about 70 watts. A lot of times it's in the 30s, so just maintaining. I keep it at about 39 degrees, so it really, this thing is a beast and I love it. I don't like going shopping a lot, so once a week and I'm good to go. Underneath the counter, I actually was going to put drawers in, and then I took a quick trip out and I just put this curtain rod up just to kind of hide all the stuff that you keep underneath the sink, and it turned out that I really liked it. I've got the LEDs underneath it, and I just keep my coffee, my spices, my silverware, and my cleaning supplies underneath there. I do have a collapsible bucket, and then I keep a gallon of fresh water underneath there, and then my cleaning supplies. All right, so over here is my dresser area, and one of the things that you'll notice right off the bat is it's taller than a lot of dressers out there, a lot of cabinets out there. And the reason why I did that is, as a travel nurse, I always found myself getting ready in the van as opposed to a gym or something. And I really liked having my makeup, my mirror, and my cosmetics, all that stuff, all at height level. So the top of this is custom. It's black walnut that a friend of mine helped me build. It's got the nice epoxy pour on it. Everything in here all came from the same tree, so that's pretty special. The top two drawers of this is for clothing. Clothing goes in here, junk drawer that slides. And then the second one, more clothing. I do keep all my bathroom getting ready stuff in this slide drawer. The third drawer is my pantry area. Now everything is just in containers, and it just works out great. And then working over is my Nature's Head toilet. Take these off, and the lid comes up. It's got a magnet to it. It holds up. I got my toilet paper roll here. It fits right down in this space. And then I've got the Nature's Head toilet there, a paper towel rack to hold my supplies, and a little cup holder that holds my vinegar bottle. Got it vented through the floor. I didn't want to put another hole on the outside of the van, so I do have that vented through the floor, and the wiring, again, that is DC. That goes back to the Blue Eddy as well. Above the dresser area here, you'll notice all my toggle switches, and these go like to my fan, my lights. I do have a AC outlet underneath here, and what I did was I just put 2 screws here so that this panel could come off, and then I have access to all those wires behind there. And then on the side, I just have little Velcro, and these control my LEDs that wrap around the back here. All right, so I am a nurse, and what I wanted was to be able to get on the road and do nursing. So I built out this Promaster so that I could make money while on the road, but also see national parks, see, the U.S. So I built out the van. It took me about 5 months to get it built out. I actually built it out earlier than what I expected. But then COVID started. So I really kicked it into gear and started the build. It took me about 5 months, and I went ahead and decided to get on the road. I was pretty burnt out at home with COVID, and so I took a travel assignment in West Virginia. So I spent 6 months up in West Virginia, and I was contacted about my build, wanted to know if I would come and help with a build. So I went up there, and then I was hired to do a build. So right now I'm based out of Missouri and doing van builds. If there's ever a time when I don't have a build, then I get back in my van and I can take a nursing assignment anywhere in the US. And then working our way around, I have more table countertop space for when I'm cooking, and I also am able to use that if I'm sitting on the bench here. So dual purpose there. This drawer is for the utensils in that don't fit in your silverware tray. And then this drawer is a beast. I made this big because I wanted to be able to put an Instapot in there if I brought that with me. A lot of people like to use the Instapot. All my dishes, all of them, fit in this big drawer. And then, because my bed is so high, I needed a way to be able to get up on there. So I put a drawer here, 7.5 inches, just like in your house. It's got a lid, you lift up the lid, and it's more pantry area. So this one and this one holds all my food and my Ziploc baggies and stuff like that. All right, so my bed is actually a queen short, but I ran it front to back so that neither one of us would have to climb over each other getting up in the middle of the night. And so what I did was I took just another couple of inches off of it so that it gives me more space. And because I ran it front to back, it actually gave me areas on both sides of the bed for more storage. So I've got 3 storage compartments. The front ones are basically just nightstand areas, but on this side, I actually have my Wii Boost, and it comes out, and then I made a slot there, so it can sit out all the time if I wanted to. So, and then the next one, they're a little bit narrower, and I made those so that computers could fit down in there, and they wouldn't clink around while I'm driving. And then the front ones are a little bit longer, and those hold our sleeping quilts. Both of us use a 20-degree sleeping bag, so we don't have any problem with temperature at being cold at night, so we really like that. I did put in windows on both sides of the van. They are awning style. I really like the awning style so that when it's raining outside, I don't have to close the windows. Those awning windows made a tremendous difference with using the ceiling fan. It really pulls that air in, and when you're laying up here and you're right at the same length with the window, it really pulls in a nice breeze. So really love how that turned out. All right, so up front, I put swivel brackets on both of the seats so that we could spin around and have kind of a dining area. Sit here and eat. I can sit in either chair, work on my computer work. I like having brackets, swivel brackets on both sides. So if it's raining outside and I've got the door closed, I can just swivel this one around. But if it's a beautiful day and I want to have the door open and I'm facing the beach, I can sit in this side as well. Right here is my shower setup, and that is another seating area. And in van life, you don't shower every day. But I wanted to have a shower so when I got off work at the hospital, I could get in the van and get cleaned up before I went to bed. So I put in a shower that doesn't take up a tremendous amount of room. We're gonna link this shower system in the description if you wanna see how the entire thing sets up and how I made a shower with no plumbing on this side of the van. We'll hit that link and you can check it out. The Lagoon table, I did use the same piece of wood on the table as we did for the dresser top. It's the same tree. This swivels around and tucks away nicely while I'm driving, and you can tighten the bracket down so it doesn't swing around. You can also raise and lower this, so if you want more area while you're cooking, you can raise this up and whip up your eggs or whatever on the table as well. I've got a privacy curtain here. I made it out of the same material as the cushions. And the best thing when you're traveling on the road all the time is being able to just pull over off of an on-ramp or off-ramp. Pull this curtain, hook it up, and go to the bathroom, make a sandwich, get back in the driver's seat, and you're not messing with a busy town. And then for the ceiling, I used tongue and groove pine, and I put a dark stain on it. I really liked the pop of the dark ceiling with the white walls, and then I went with the leather pulls on the drawers, and I really think that that gave it a nice, clean look. So some of the pros and cons of my experiences on the road is I really did like having the shower when I needed it, but I also liked having the gym membership. There's nothing better than a shower at a gym or a shower at a truck stop. When you take a shower in the van, it's a Navy shower. So you got to get used to that. You also got to get used to doing like a cowboy bath at the sink, throwing your head underneath the sink, because with your water capacity, you just can't do a shower in van life every day. So if you're that person that showers every day, it's a tough one. The other thing is you have to adapt to the power that you have. You don't have that unlimited power that you have at home. So you can't always heat up your water on your cooktop. You gotta boil it, maybe even outside by the fire. So some of those things, getting used to the power that you have, and finding a way to live with that has been a trial and error thing for me. But I absolutely would not trade any of that in for being able to just get on the road, drive to a national park, stay there 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. If I get tired of it, if somebody's noisy, I get up and I move. I love it. I love being able to go from A to B and stop 19 times on the way to B just to see everything that's out there. There's so many beautiful things. So this lifestyle has really allowed me to stop and look around and see what's out there. So I just love that part of it. All right, so in the back, I've got two 20-gallon water tanks for fresh water. One's on both sides next to the wheel well. Above that is storage on both sides. The things that are back there are like my road tracks in case I get stuck, my long rug, things that are easy to grab and pull out. I also put in a 10-gallon gray tank underneath the van that the shower and the sink both drain into. I've got an outdoor kitchen area for cooking, and that just pulls out the same countertop that I used on the inside. And because this is so easy to access, I went ahead and put all my roadside equipment in here in case I needed to air up some tires or give somebody a jump. So this lifts up, and all my tools and all my roadside equipment is in here. The drawer above it, it's not on glides, it's just a pull-out drawer, but this has got all my outdoor stuff that I need and some more just storage area. The one above it goes back pretty deep. LED lights, my foldable solar panels, outdoor trash cans, stuff like that, easy to access. I do use the Mr. Buddy heater. That stays back here for when I don't need that. And then I've got a Camp One stove that I also use for outdoor cooking on my outdoor kitchen. Just spare water over here. Over here is the best part of the whole build, and I power my entire van with the Blue Eddy solar generator. It's the AC200, it's a 1700 watt hour with the 2000 watt inverter. And what I did was I used their concept. They used the XT90 connectors, so I used the XT90 connectors, and I connect my Blue Sea fuse panel to the 12 volt 25 amp port using the aviator plug, and it powers all my 12 volt to the entire van. The good thing about using the XT90 connectors are, if the Blue Eddy for any reason fails, I've got a Jackery 240 for backup. It'll power all my 12 volt for hours. So using the XT90, I also have the XT90 on my Jackery, and those are interchangeable. Everything AC in the van is wired using an extension cord. Every extension cord is color coded. Because the Blue Eddy has 6 ports, I can plug 6 cords into it, but I wanted another backup. So I plugged in a surge protector to my Blue Eddy. All my extension cords that go to outlets, color coded, go into my surge protector. If any outlet for any reason stops working, I know exactly what color that outlet is, what cord to start looking for the problem. Now right here you'll see kind of an add-on. I wanted to be able to gravity fill my water tanks. So what I did here is this is interchangeable. I can fill it with a hose, or I can fill it to gravity, and that's come in handy more than once. Also, I'm going to point out, I have a hot water heater. It's 4 gallon, and when you've got a solar bank of any sort, you don't want your hot water heater running all the time. So when I wake up in the morning, I hit this switch right here. My water heater comes on, which is underneath here. I turn that switch on, I let the water heat up. 9 minutes later, I turn the switch off and I get in the shower. So I'm not wasting an ounce of energy more than what I need to. So that was a good addition there. On the top, I put a topper roof rack. I did put a little deck area up there so that I can get up there and clean my panels. I've got 2 100 watt panels and 2 200 watt panels. And I've had no problem keeping my Blue Eddy charged between that and charging. I can also charge my Blue Eddy while I'm driving, so I've had pretty good luck with the panels. Probably one of the best things that I did when I started my build is I didn't go crazy right off the bat. I built my bed, and I actually took several trips because I wanted to make sure that I was going to be okay living in a van, living in a small space. So I built the bed and I put the sink in. I just had a jug under the sink, and I took a trip up to Minnesota and lived in it. I cooked outside, and I just wanted, like, I'm gonna go to a rest stop. Do I feel comfortable sleeping? Do I feel safe? And so then when I got home from that trip, I really started full force building out the van. Once I got on the road and took my first assignment, I feel like there was a whole lot of excitement, but I was still nervous about where I was gonna stay at, where I was gonna sleep at. So what I did was, when I first started and I took my first assignment, I booked 2 weeks at a campground. I went to the campground, and while I was there and I wasn't working, I kind of scoped out the area. It's like, where could I stay at? You know, could I stay somewhere for free? In travel nursing, you kind of have to replicate the expenses, but on my days off, I wanted to go places. I wanted to see places. So I really checked out the area, like, was I gonna feel safe? And so I really felt comfortable, and I really thought, that's when I knew, it's like, I can do this. I can 100% do it, and went full force, so. All right, so thanks for watching. If you want to see more of my builds, you can follow me on YouTube at Jonnie's Journey. Also on Instagram and Facebook. All of them are under Jonnie's Journey. Make sure you spell my name right, Jonnie, and we'll see you guys out on the road.